Hey, what's going on, guys? Today we're checking out the HGUC Gym 3. As some of you may have seen, I recently got this kit, and although this is originally released all the way back in 2011, I've never built this kit, but I've always been a fan of the design. It's a really cool design here, so I'm anxious to take a look at it here with you guys today. Let's go ahead and get right into it. So first off, on the box art, this kit comes to us from an era of some beautiful HGUC box art there. It looks really, really nice. I love this here with the Gym 3. Kind of funny the fact that it actually has 3 Gym 3s on the front, but there you can see one in the background firing the rifle, the flying one, and then the one over there in the background on the other side launching the missiles out of the side skirts there. So pretty cool. On the ends of the box, you can see this is number 126 in the line. And on the bottom of the box here, we got to look at the model kit all built and painted up there front and back. Some text there in Japanese, a CG render here with the built and painted kits, I believe, there with some added effect, some more text. All around on the top of the box, we have some details about the weapons and gimmicks, a little bit about the articulation. You can see the included accessories there, the hand options, which it looks like it comes with a nice array of hand options, which is always welcome. The shield and beam rifle, beam saber, all pretty standard accessories, but it does have some more kind of added weapons onto the body itself. This one is an older kit, so I do have the list price on here of 1,500 yen. As you can see, it's still got the red label on this, so it's not a recent reprint. But anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at the manual first, and then we'll take a look at the runners. On the front here, we've got some information about the mobile suit and its armaments and everything. We've got a nice big reference photo here of the painted model on the front, typical HGUC style there. And then on the back, again, some different reference photos of the kit in different poses. We got some included markings, it looks like, for this. Again, just kind of detail images there. Some more information in Japanese, and then the color guide is down here. It's also in full Japanese, but pretty easy to translate that if you want to try matching the colors all up. On the inside, we have some more information here, some more text about the mobile suit up there at the top. Some more text about some of the different features of it, the shield, the beam saber, the missile pods up there on the shoulders, for example. So this is all in Japanese, unfortunately, but surely if you're interested, you can find all this information on the wiki page. Down here, we've got some more HGUC kits available in the line, kind of the evolution of the Gym, from the Gym to the Gym 2, the Gym 3, the Jagan, the Stark Jagan, and the Equus type Jagan. Down there, we do have a little bit more in the way of an image down here, which is kind of cool little image there. Then the last page of construction is there in full color. Otherwise, the parts list and the majority of the construction is all going to be here in black and white on the inside of the manual. Let's go ahead and check out the stickers. Starting off with the foil stickers here, you can see we do have a few of those for little color corrections in red, kind of a dark gray, dark blue there, and then a couple little bits for the cameras. That's pretty standard. Then we do also have some nice marking stickers here with some Londo Bell, EFSF, Karaba marking stickers, some numbers there that you can use as well. These are in gray and white, mostly with the Londo Bell markings there in full color. That looks really nice. Then getting into the runners, starting off, we have some polycaps here in gray, PC001, some beam saber effect parts here in clear pink, SB6, which is our shorter type 1/44 scale beam saber effect parts. And then for some hand parts here in gray, we have the HG MP1 runner, a really fantastic runner from that era of HGUC kits. There was a lot of kits that used this, and I really, really miss this runner. Now into our full runners here, runner A is in 4 colors. We have some clear kind of blue-green down there, some bluish green over here for the torso, the feet, a couple of the bits there, and then this kind of off-white. It is in a kind of, it's not quite as like minty green as the original Gym, but it is a little bit slightly off-white, and then some yellow up there at the top. Runner B is going to be some parts here in a very nice dark red. Runner C1 and then C2, which is a copy of this part right here, are all of our gray parts there for like the joints and weapons parts, backpack parts, and all that good stuff. And then runner D is the rest of our white, off-white parts here. You'll see it plenty once the kit is all built up, but just for a closer look there, you can see it does kind of have a little bit of that minty tone to the white. Alright guys, here is our Gym 3 all built up. Really cool, really interesting to see such a Gym design going from the Gym 1 and Gym 2, which were kind of very minimal, to this one, which certainly has kind of a lot more going on. It's definitely like a much more bulked up design here for a Gym design. Well, the kit I think once again is really, really nice, and we'll take a closer look at all the details and weapons and gimmicks and everything here in just a second. I will say some of the color correcting stickers, especially around on the legs, are very meh, and you're probably going to just want to do without those, and we'll talk more about that here in just a second, but still really solid, very cool kit. And although it's now 12 years old, it certainly still holds up very well, I think. So let's go ahead and take a closer look at everything. So as cool as the design is, obviously the accessories are going to be pretty straightforward here. We've got its beam rifle. Interestingly, no sticker for the camera for the beam rifle, but a nice design, very nicely detailed. Here we are going to have a seam line down the middle of that. The front handle does move to the side there for a two-handed grip. And then as you can see on the handle here, we have a little peg for pegging into the hand for a better grip on that. Now the hands, as I mentioned, are something that I absolutely love about this kit and some of the HGUC kits of the time, because we did get that runner of our hand option parts. We had the closed fist there, which you saw. We've got a trigger finger hand here for the right side, where you can see we can plug the rifle handle, tab that into the hand there. Then we've got beam saber holding hands for the left and the right side, as well as open hands here as well. And the open hands, the expression is fine on them. They are very nicely detailed, so it's nice to have those included. You also have our two clear pink beam saber effect parts, and just a reminder, these are the shorter type for 1/44 scale kits. The beam saber handles are just stored up there on the backpack, the very Gundam Mark II style looking backpack here. While we're on the note of that, obviously these parts up here can move around. They're just on a little ball joint, and they are going to need to move because they need to kind of get out of the way of these shoulder parts. We'll come back to that in a second. Well, actually, we'll stay on the topic here for a moment, because we've got option parts here for the front of the shoulders. If you wanted to have it so that these missile doors there are open, you can actually see the missiles like popping out. We have parts that you can just very easily swap there for those. And then just lastly, we have the shield here, which is going to be slightly different from the HGUC Gym shield. I'm not sure about the Gym 2, because I don't have, and I've not built that HGUC kit. But anyway, a little bit different, kind of a little bit thicker and bulkier design here to this one. The back side is quite different here as well. You can see our connection point is on a little polycap, which can move up and down. Of course, we can also then peg this shield either onto the side of the arm or to the back of the arm, so you have nice options there. And otherwise, that's going to be about it. So on the note of the stickers, like I was saying, I did use a couple of the marking stickers on here. Those all work pretty well. But for our foil stickers, we've got ones for the cameras right here on the chest, up here on the top of the shoulders, around on the back of the head, another little green camera sticker. So all the little camera stickers are fine. Those work perfectly well and do look nice. It's only when you get to the color correcting stickers down here on the legs where they're not so nice. Now these red ones there on the front of the knee are also fine, but then here around these vent parts, you have these blue ones. There's actually 3 stickers, one that comes down the middle and then one on each side that wrap around this kind of front vent and this detail there on the knee. And then here on the sides of the legs, we have 1, 2, 3, 4 on each side of these stickers that go on the inside of these vents. Now it's just weird because it like goes around like the inside lining of the vent, but then leaves the middle part white, and then over here on the front it goes around the outside in blue but leaves the middle part white. Maybe just compare that to how it's supposed to look. You can see it's not quite right, and you know, it gets you like halfway there, but I think just nothing is probably better than how this looks. How this looks is just kind of very not so good, but it's a pretty small point of concern. The clear part there for the visor does look really nice. On the note of seam lines, we are going to have a number of those. There is one that is going to cross over the top of the head there. You'll also have one through the middle of the shoulder part, the white part up there at the top. It kind of goes through at the top and bottom of that vent detail. On the forearm, on the front side, it's kind of hidden as just this sort of panel line detail. That said, on the back side, it is just a regular seam line kind of right down the middle. So you're probably going to want to get rid of that. On the top of the torso here as well. And I noticed this on a quick side note, this blue is very, very slightly metallic. Hopefully you guys can see that. If you can see a little bit of like the metallic flakes sort of shimmering in there, it's kind of interesting. I didn't notice at all during the unboxing, and it's very, very subtle, but I did notice later on. Then you're gonna have a bit of a seam here on these parts of the side skirts. Then now here on the lower leg, right down the middle, that gray bit right there is also another sticker. That one's pretty fine though, that's not a big deal. But a seam right through the middle of this lower section kind of the shin there, and then on the ankle armor as well, there's a bit of a seam right there. But all in all, I mean, nothing really too surprising for a 2011 HGUC kit for it to have a number of seam lines, all of which seem like they would be pretty easy to get rid of anyway and wouldn't really require any modification either in order to remove those and for the kit to be able to be painted without having to modify those parts, so that's good. For the articulation, the head will go up pretty good and far, all the way up to there. down to there. And I almost forgot we have stickers on the neck piece in there as well. There's gray stickers that wrap around the kind of neck part up inside of there. Anyway, the shoulder joint will swing to the front a little bit there like that. Otherwise, it's just on a ball joint. You can bring the arm up to the side, kind of to about 90 degrees, and that's going to be the extent of the upward movement there of the arm. We have rotation at the bicep, a double joint at the elbow, which will give you a nice full bend there. Wrist is on a ball joint. The front skirts are connected, but you can clip those apart for individual articulation without any issue. The side skirts will move up and down slightly, but they don't really have much room to move just because of these large missiles on here. You can remove this and have that off of there. Just is a standard 3mm size peg. And then the back skirt is of course fixed in place. The backpack, nothing moves except for these parts which I mentioned earlier. At the hip joint, this is the type that will swing side to side, the entire hip right there. Otherwise, rotation at the top of the thigh. Because of these quite large knees, if you kind of move those out of the way a little bit, you can bring the leg up to about 90 degrees. A double joint at the knee is still really only going to give you a little bit more than 90 degrees, and that's going to be kind of about the extent of that. But a cool design around here on the leg. I do like that with a little bit of mechanical detail there at the back as well. The ankle armor will of course move up and down a little bit. The ankle itself will move to the front. You can see you got kind of like the flip-flop feet here. Ankle then will move back to about there, and up underneath the feet, nice full detail, no hollow gaps in there, so that's really nice to see. And with that, let's take a look at some poses here. So a really cool kit, very solid. I do really like it. There's a few seam lines here and there, some missing color apps, but this is all kind of standard fare for especially a 2011 high grade. I feel like this is a really nice, good, solid kit. The proportions are good. The amount of detail on there is nice. It may not be enough for some people, I suppose. It's not a super detailed design, but it is a gym. After all, I feel like it is like quite anime accurate in terms of the level of detail on there. I think it looks really nice. Though that said, if you wanted to add some more detail to it, there's plenty of space there. If you wanted to go in with some chisels or scribing and add some detail, you could certainly do that. I think adding a little bit of detail here and there could certainly help to enhance the design a little bit. I think that might look quite nice. Otherwise, just some detail painting, you know, if you were to paint the kit up entirely, there's a number of sections that will certainly look much better once they're painted in the correct colors, or if you want to paint them in a different custom color scheme or whatever you end up doing, it's of course going to look much better once fully painted. But just straight out of the box here, I think it is a good looking kit, and the added decal markings are also nice as well. They allow you to customize that, adding some markings on it. So if you are planning on, not painting it, or maybe just doing a little bit of panel lining, or just throwing some stickers on there, maybe just some top coat or nothing at all, I think it's going to be a good looking kit. Despite its age, it's not one that you should feel dissuaded from buying just because it's a little bit older kit. I think it does stand the test of time quite well. And it's not really that much, it's not that long of a time period, only being about 12 years old now at this point. So definitely check it out if you can get your hands on one. It's a really cool kind of like a more bulked up, souped up version of a gym, which is kind of cool to see if you're a gym fan. So let me know your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. Are you a fan of this kit? Have you built it before, or have you built any of the different kind of variants of it? And honestly, I would love to see a master grade kit of this at some point. I think that would be really, really nice. But until then, this HG kit is also quite cool. So check it out. If you guys want to check out some more Gunpla, you can check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store. I know there's a lot of checking I just mentioned there in like a 10-second period, but check the link in the video description to USA Gundam Store for some more awesome Gunpla. And as always, guys, thank you so much for all of your support, liking the video, commenting, subscribing. It all helps out quite a lot, and I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Until next time, hope y'all have a great day. I'll see y'all later. Bye bye.